need to define the variables, logical operators, conditional, then loops, for functions. Okay, so in function, the simple named functions I have explained how you can create. So this is one example. You can create your own user defined function. Okay, so this is the declaration part, and you have to invoke this function by passing the required number of parameters or the arguments. Okay, so then accordingly it will perform the required operation and the output will be displayed. Then commonly most of the time in JavaScript we'll use this function alert. Okay, so where you can give information to the user. So alert function makes browser to show pop-up to the user. So when you perform a particular event, it will pop up a window that will be giving the message. Okay, it will display the message. So that is called as alert message. You can just use the simple function to display anything. If you want to inform to the user, you can give that message within the alert function. And also in the from the beginning of this JavaScript class, I've started using console. Okay, getting the output in the console. So for that you need to use console.log put message here. Okay, so you can just write some message whatever you want, and that message will be displayed on the. And I told yesterday how you can use this try catch. I will not go in detail about this try catch. So where you can whenever the code encounters any particular error, so to display the corresponding error message, normally for error handling you are going to use this try catch. Okay, so hopefully the syntax is almost similar to the Java program only. So you can just use this. You can just write a simple code for this and you can try how this try catch and also throw. Okay, so how these functions can be used. Okay, so now let's move on to the objects. In this objects, we have already discussed some of the objects. So your JavaScript is not full-fledged object-oriented programming language. I told in the first class itself. So JavaScript is not exactly the Java. Okay, some features of Java it is taken. Not all the features are supported by JavaScript. So it does not support many of the patterns you would expect from the object-oriented language like inheritance, polymorphism. Okay, so these are all not supported by the JavaScript. So you should be able to tell like how Java and JavaScript are different. This is also an interpreter where the code will be executed line by line. Features of object oriented, it is not supported by JavaScript. Example, inheritance, polymorphism. So other than this, you can create objects, you can add the methods, you can invoke the methods, you can use the constructors. So all that is possible except some of the features here, namely two features. One is inheritance and polymorphism. So here it supports for constructors. So here objects can have constructors, properties, methods. Okay, to associate it with each of the object, it can have the details of properties and methods. So as of you people are in sixth semester, no need to define what is property, what is method. Okay, when I use a term, so these are the common object oriented. These are the common terms you should be knowing. Okay, so I'll just go to the constructors later. Let me just quickly go to the these objects. Okay, one is array, a boolean. Already yesterday I think I've explained how you can get the true false. Okay, so boolean values. Date, today I will show one code how you can get the date information using date object. These are all the objects supported by the JavaScript. Okay, arrays, boolean, date, math. Math is the library where you can make use of this math object to perform a particular mathematical operation. If you want to know the pi value, or if you want to perform square root of some number. Okay, so all that can be accessed using this object, math object. Then we have string, then DOM objects. So we are not going to touch upon this DOM object today. We'll just give importance to the other objects. So let's quickly start with the arrays. So in the last class I already explained how to create the arrays. Today we'll focus on how to manipulate the arrays. Okay, so manipulate means either addition of element or remove the element if you want to sort the array. So for all this we have a predefined functions. We can make use of those predefined functions. Okay, so arrays are one of the most used data structure in practice. This class is defined to be a more like a linked list in that it can be realized dynamically. Okay, so you can just think arrays are like a linked list. So now what are the ways in which you can create the array? Okay, so this is one method. This is already we have discussed var greeting. This is the name of the array is equal to new array. So within the bracket you are going to specify the array elements. Okay, if it is a string it should be in quotes, and each element should be separated with a comma. So this is one way of representing the array. So another way using square bracket notation, that is var greetings is equal to within the square bracket you specify the elements. Okay, so I think this is very simple and we have executed this part. You can just observe here. So this is one method where I have created the array using square bracket, or this is another way where you can create the array using new. Okay, using new. And if you want to know what is the length of the array, you can use this name of the array dot length. Okay, so that you will come to know what is the length of the array, and each elements are indexed from 0 to the specified number of elements. So if you want to access a particular element, you're going to write console.log. Okay, so name of the array, and within the square bracket you can specify the index number to which element you are going to access. I think till here it is. Let me just comment the previous class code. If possible, who are using laptop, you can just parallelly you can try. I'm not just running the program, I'm just typing and executing. So parallelly, if you want, you can just try every time. So this is I'm just written JSA, and this is linked to the HTML file. Okay. So whatever the code I am going to explain with respect to JavaScript, it is linked as a external file in the script tag. Okay, and this script tag you can place anywhere. I think I've already told. Even you can put this under the effect where you have to put. So it requires some knowledge. Okay, so as of now we are not doing any complex thing. So you can put anywhere in the HTML. So save it and run the program. Okay, so I'm getting the length of the array is 3. Okay, 3 elements are there. Then I am trying to access the first element. It is the first element, I mean index with 0. So what is the output I got? I got Tuesday. If you want the first element, just change the index, that's all. So it is very similar to your normal any language program, whatever you learned. Okay, so you are able to get Monday. So now what are the other options it supports? Other operations you can perform on the arrays. There are a number of operations you can perform. Okay. So to access an element in the array, you can use familiar square bracket notation, anything, okay, whichever you are comfortable. Either you go with the square bracket or go with the new and create the array. So it is not mandatory, or there is no change, any of the thing changes with respect to the syntax. And this is how you can get the first element. Okay, you can just write a array element, that is just you will get a pop-up message. So here I am just writing in the console. So depending on your requirement, how we are going to write the code, so accordingly, okay, you can just you are getting the pop-up window. So this is called when you refresh your page, okay, you will get a pop-up window. Okay, so that is going to display the message whatever it is specified in the alert function. Okay, so here I have just displayed the first element. So days of 0, that means the first element of array. Okay, So that is how you can access or how you can display the information from the array. And if you want to access all the element, then you can just, like all the array elements, you can just write a simple for loop. Okay, so you already familiar with the for loop. So for I is equal to 0, I less than greetings dot length. That means whatever the size of the array, till that you execute this loop, and you will be incrementing the I value. And in the for loop, each time when it runs, you are getting the alert message. Okay, pop-up window telling the greeting message or whatever the array name you have given. So your greeting message contains good morning, good afternoon. Okay, do you want to check this? I have not created greeting array. So whatever the array you will create, you just use that. Okay, so for loop. So I'll just change the name of the array here to days. So that is the name of my array. Speed up, I'm going little bit slow so that I can concentrate on other important functionality of JavaScript. But this is very, very important. That's why I'm just explaining in detail. Okay. So it is accessing the first element. Okay. Then why I am getting 2 times Monday, because I think I have written code here. This one, because of that you just. So now I should able to get a 3 alert message. Always save the code and refresh the page. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so how many elements are there? For that you will be repeatedly, it is going to execute this for loop and you will be getting the alert message. Okay, it's so simple. Okay, so these are the values and these are the index. So you are already familiar with this. So now we'll just focus on how you can make use of other additional method that can be used for working with the arrays. Okay, so to add an item to an existing array, you can use push method. Okay, and then if you want to pop up, if you want to remove any element, so the pop method can be used. So here, from where it is going to remove the element? From back of the array. Okay, that means the first element it is going to remove. Then what are the additional method? It is going to support concatenation. That means if you want to concatenate two arrays, okay, so that can be done using this function. Then if you want to slice, if you want to split the array into two parts, then you are going to use slice. Then if you want to join the arrays, you can use join function. Then if you want to reverse the elements of the array, you can use reverse. Then shift means this is another method of removing the element. Okay, so we'll just execute how it is going to work. Then sort. So you can sort the array element in ascending order. Either it may be a numbers or it may be some strings. According to alphabetical order, it is going to sort the element. So let's quickly go through this push and pop element. Okay, so I have 3 elements. Now what I'll do is, so days dot push. So Wednesday is there. I need to specify in quotes. Somebody is unmuted. Mute yourself. And I told it is optional. Now I have only, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So now I am going to try to insert one more element using push function, that is Thursday. Let me check it. Okay, so here you won't get any output because I have not done any changes with respect to that. So before, the length of the array was it is 3. Now let me, after pushing the element, we'll see the length of the array. So it should be now 4. Can you see? So now the length of the array is increased to 4. Okay, so that means you can just use this push function to insert the elements into the array. So now it should be 5. Okay, so number of elements it is 5 now. So like that you can just, after creating array, if you want to add element, you can just use this push function. Then so pop, let me just go with the pop day dot, I won't specify anything, let me see. And after popping, so because if I just run this, I may not get any output after pop. So let me just use this function once again. After pop, so first it will show 5. Okay, then it should be reduced to 1. Okay, so first it is 5. Now after pop, you are going to get number of elements 4. If you want to know what are the elements are there, you just use this for loop. Okay. I think here I'm getting alert message. If you don't want, you can just use this Thursday is added. I have used the pop, so because of that Friday is removed. Okay, so that means the elements that are added at the end of the array, so those elements are removing from the pop. Okay, not from the beginning of the array elements, from the end of the elements. So the element from the array, it is going to remove the elements using pop function. So that is about pop. So next we'll move on to concatenation. Okay, we'll just try to write some part of code for performing these operations. And without push also you can add the element. Okay, so it's not necessarily you have to use the push. You can just specify the name of the array within the square bracket, specify 6 as equal to, you need to specify the index, sorry, equal to, and you can specify the what is the element you want to add. So if it is added successfully, then I should get number of elements is 6. Okay, 7, because so it is added this Thursday, Friday, and also the Saturday. So total number of elements in the array now it is 7. Okay, so this is just another way how you can add, but this is not preferred because you should be knowing the proper index number. So because of that, so we'll not prefer this. So if you want to check what are the array elements, how we are going to write, so it's very simple. Console dot log, within the bracket you specify the name of the array, so it will display all the elements that is present in the array. Okay, so in the form of array. So here I think I have not given the proper index, so it is 0 1 2 0 1 2 3. I have to give 4. Let me just correct index number. Okay, so now it's correct. So it is represented in the form of array elements. So that is how you can get the array elements, how you can display the array elements. So now we'll move on to concatenation, the first function what I told you, other than this push and pop. So concatenation, how you can join 2 or more arrays. Okay, so now I need to create one more array. So this is another array I have created. So now we'll try to combine or we'll join the array month and also another array that is days. Okay, so using concatenation function. Are you able to see the code? Is it I need to increase the font size? Specify within the bracket month, which array you want to concatenate, then function cat, and within the bracket you need to write another array name. Okay, then close it. Now this is going to join two arrays. But if you want to, okay, anyhow I have already written this statement in the console itself, so you will get the output. Can you see? So Jan, Feb, March, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. If you want to make first week, so then you have to just interchange the arrays, that's all. So you just make this days, say first days, then followed by month. So your total number of elements is 8. Okay, so still anybody don't know how to run this JavaScript? Just simple, you just write this simple HTML file, even it does not require all this. Just in the body you add this statement. Okay, script, even this is also not required. Directly you can write src, but this is a make a good habit, like make a practice of writing this to indicate to the browser this is the script of type JavaScript. Okay, to inform to the browser. Then src attribute, you have to specify the name of the Java file. Okay, if it is external file, if you want to write here itself, you can just write within the script tag. So now just for simplification, I have created a separate JavaScript file. So this is called concatenation. See, this is just you will be getting temporarily. It is not like permanently. It is concatenated. So you're just combining these two arrays and you're displaying the output. Okay, it's not like that. Now this array is manipulated to 8 elements. No, so still days it is having 5 elements and month is having 3 elements. So sometimes in case if it requires to reverse the array element. Okay, so whenever if it requires reverse of the array, console dot log, so specify the name of the array. So here I'll just go with the first array days dot. So now what is the array I've given? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So now after reversing, what happens? Okay, Saturday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. It is reverse. Whenever if you want to make the array reverse, you have to use this. So concatenation is over, reverse is over. So still we have, okay, so there is one more method called shift. So using pop, you can remove the end element. So let me just show you. I'll just remove this reverse function, or I'll comment it. For pop, it is going to remove the end element of the array. Okay. So now we have another function. So that is called shift. Okay. So I have these things. So let me just do pop. So if I use pop function, so this Saturday is going to be removed. Okay. So write the code for that. I have already written here. So this is a code. See, each time if you don't comment each time, so it will be executing. You can go for multi-line comment. I want the array that is days. Okay, so here I have. So now if I try to display, maybe I think I'll be getting 3 values. Okay, so now I'll try to remove this Wednesday using pop function. So you can just observe it is going to remove the end element of the array, not the beginning of the element or the first element of the array. So why I got Wednesday? So always the pop function is going to return which element that is removed. Okay, so this function it is going to return the element that is removed. Is that clear? So in case if you want to remove the first element of the array, so for that we have a shift function. So let me just first push 2 more elements here. Step back using, now I'll use instead of pop, I will use the shift method. Okay, so that is going to remove the first element. Close that with semicolon, save it, go to browser, refresh. Okay, can you see the first element is removed? So always remember there are some of the functions, okay, especially the pop and shift, whichever the element that is removed, it is going to return that value. That's why I'm getting here Monday. So if you want to know is it really it is removed the Monday, the value, you can just use this function to check the array status. Okay. After shifting, you are checking the array elements. Okay, you can just see it is returning Monday, and the elements of array are now Tuesday and Wednesday. That means using shift, you are able to remove the first element of the array. Using pop, you can remove the end element of the array. So next we'll move on to slice. Okay, so you can do the slice for the array. So that is you can split the array using slice function. That means it is not actual array is not going to manipulate. So you can just extract a section of array elements using a slice. So now as of now I think I have only two elements after shifting. So it is removed Monday. So I have two elements. So dot slice. So you need to specify. So which are the elements that is the beginning from where to where the element should be sliced. Okay. So 0 indicates it is from the first, that is the index 0 and 1. So it is going to extract or slice this first element. Okay. So with index 0 it is going to slice, and whichever the element that is sliced, that will be returned. So if you give here 2, that means 2 elements are extracted from the array. So this 2 indicates 2 elements are extracted, and 0 indicates that is the beginning from the array beginning 0. So it is extracting the elements. So now you should get 2 elements. Okay, Tuesday and Wednesday. So that is how you can use the slice function to extract the elements. It is not manipulated the array. It is just you are trying to extract the element. If you try to display the array now after this, you will be still able to get the same, that is Tuesday and Wednesday in the array. Okay, Monday is removed. You just insert once again Monday. So next I will move on to sort. There is one more function called sort. So if you want to sort the elements, so here I have only two values. So what are those? Tuesday and Wednesday. It is already sorted. So I'm just trying to push one more element. So after this I will write code for sorting. So that is console dot log, then name of the array dot sort. Now after pushing this element, I'll just display once again. So first time it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then I pushed one element Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So now after sorting, you are getting the output like this. So this Tuesday maybe okay. So here I have used capital letter because of that. Let me just change. So now you can just see it is sorted. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So alphabetically it is going to sort the element. In case if you are using numbers, so then it is going to sort in ascending order arrays. So you just execute these functions, try to make use of these functions, you will understand better. I think that's all the array functions. Next we want to, so the predefined, you can use this math class to get the predefined functions, to access the predefined functions. So example, if I want to know what is the pi value, okay, let me just write this in the console, mat.pi. I want to know the pi value. Okay, so it should display the pi value. You can just see. So this is the value of pi. That means already the math is the predefined class. You're just making use of that class, and you can specify whatever the function you want. So if you want to know what is the square root of 4, square root of 4, the output you should get 2. See, your JavaScript is case sensitive. So if you do any small, like the cases, if it is not written properly, you won't get the output. Okay, so square root of 4, I'm getting 2. Its answer is correct. So let me just change this. You can just see here itself it is changing the color. So instead of capital M, if you are making small m, so you can just see the font color how it is changed. If you are using Sublime, you can, and also here I may not get the output. Okay, you can just observe there is an error, uncaught reference error. Math is not defined. Okay, it is telling, so this is not defined, this variable, this is considered as variable now. So that's why you should be very careful when you are writing the code, because it is case sensitive. Okay, so that is how you can make use of, still you can make use to find the max of given number, then mean, power, square root, exponential, and also the trigonometric functions like sine, cosine. Okay, so you can make use of all these functions are related to mathematics. Then we'll move on to strings. So string class has already been used without us even knowing it. Okay, so we have used the string class in the beginning of the class itself. I have started using that, how you can assign a variable. Okay, you can just see here. So this is how you can make use of the string object to assign a variable. So var greet, and you are just using this, assigning the value. So this is called as constructor usage. So with respect to function, I'll explain in detail. So this string, once again, you should be very careful. It should be capital. Okay, it should be capital. Otherwise, you will not be able to get the output. So either you can go with always even, array also we have discussed in the same manner. Using new operator, you can create the, you can initialize the variable, or you can initialize the array. Okay. So or this is a like simple method how you can initialize the string to a variable, and this is already known. So how you can check number of strings, number of characters in the string using dot length function. Okay, so next, if you want to do the operation with concatenate strings, what are the other operations that are supported with? So when you want to do concatenation, okay, so the plus operator is used to concatenate the immediately whenever if you want to used. Okay, so this is using concatenation function. Okay, so this is long form of representing the concatenation using concatenation function. So the simple one is using plus operator. Using plus operator. So here I have not stored anything in the greeting. I'll just store something in the greeting. That is the variable name where it is equal to, what is the value you have to put? Okay, so let me just try to display. Learning, type the code and don't go for copy paste. So if you go for copy paste, you may not remember the syntax. Okay, so what is the expected output here after concatenation? I should get good morning. Okay, let's refresh the page. Okay, you can see I'm able to get a good morning. If you want to give space, then you have to specify the space using double quotes. So similarly, if you don't want to use these, let me just see if I give space here, it will accept. Yes. Okay, you have to give the proper spacing so that you will be getting the expected output. So now I will be changing this to after afternoon, and I will try to display. See, these are all not manipulating the original variable. You are taking the original value, that is the initial value of the variable. For that, you are adding the extra string. Okay, don't think that you are manipulating directly in the variable or in the memory. So now I should get two messages. Okay, good morning and good afternoon. So that is how you can use whichever it is flexible for you. Either use plus operator or go with the concatenation. Okay, so this is how you can work with the string. Okay, in case if you want to display the array elements as strings, so we have a special function for that. Okay, if you want to display, I think here you have checked how array elements are displayed. So let me just show you. And we have a special function called toString. So using that you can see this is within the square bracket. So each element this is string, that's why you are getting double quotes. So now if I want to represent this array elements as a string, for that we have a predefined function called toString. Console.log, open the bracket, then specify the name of the array days dot. So you need to use the a function called to. I told this is called as camel casing. So where T is small and S is capital. Okay, it is already, I am getting the auto element. So just select it and it is a function. Give the brackets, close it, and run. Can you see? So I can get the array elements as a string in the form of string. Okay, so using toString. So your S is capital. Is it clear? Any queries as of now?
No doubts, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So still, I think is it I've explained about the date. I'll just go with the date object and I will stop the class for today. Okay, so date is also an object. So you can try to access the current date. Okay, so date function. I'm just creating the instance of the date and I'm just displaying using alert message. Okay, today's date is, I will be just getting one pop-up message indicating what is the date. Can you see? So today is Tuesday, June 8, 2021, and also the time. Okay, so remaining we'll discuss in the next class. So there are some more functions